Hello, hello, hello. We are back with another paycheck review. It is Alexis, your BCBA bestie, and I am back and I am here again. And I am coming quicker with the videos. So, shout out to me. If you have ever looked at a job or looked at any type of pay on Indeed and you've seen something like this at the bottom, okay, where the base salary is this range and then it'll tell you individual bonus or something along the lines of an incentive, we're going to break down exactly what that means and exactly how you get those numbers or how you can determine what type of pay you can get. So I went back through my archives and found another paycheck from my back in the day clinic days. So this one is from my 2021 clinic day. And as you can imagine, because it was 2021, we were just coming out of a pandemic or the pandemic was slowing down, things like that. But they are still doing the same thing. It's just the pay is different. So my base salary, which is what you see here, wasn't as high. It was not 80 to 85,000. It was more so 70,000. So that's what I got here. Where it says regular, that is my base pay. So we'll write that over here. 1992.31. And this is bi-weekly. So I'll put bi-weekly just to keep that context going. When it says individual bonus, that is your billable time. So every billable hour that I had, I got $18 per hour. If you work in a clinic now, or if you're thinking about going into a clinic, you know we live off of billable hours. So what that looks like is if you're doing therapy, which I think is 97155, that is the billing code. If you're billing insurances, you can recommend that the client comes 40 hours a week. That is the billable time. The billable time that the RBT is with the client is 40 hours a week. It's not one RBT, it's probably multiple RBTs with one client, 40 hours a week. That is the billable time. However, the BCBA is not with one client 40 hours a week. They have different billable times. You might be overseeing the RBT with the client 3 hours per week. So your billable time is how many hours you have that is billed by insurances. So for me, in my contract, we had to have a minimum of 25 billable hours per week. And a lot of talk is starting to come around this because BCBAs are starting to ask, what's a good minimum billable? Because some clinics are wanting people to do 35. Some clinics are wanting people to do 25. Some people are wanting them to do 20. For me, I think 25 was manageable for me. This was my first year as a BCBA. 25 was manageable for me. When it got past 30 and all of those other numbers, it's not manageable for me. I don't recommend going past 30. Okay, so the minimum was 25 billable hours per week. But let's say 1 week I did 30 hours. So what that looks like is I still have my base pay of $1,992 to $1,992 and 31 cents plus 30 billable hours at $18 per hour. And that's just for the 1 week. So if we went and put that into a calculator, I ended up putting that in wrong. So 30 hours times 18 plus that 9992.31. For that 1 week, we are at, okay. Let's say, yes, we did 30 hours that 1 week, and then we did another 30 hours the second week too. We'll say we did another 30 hours that second week. That's fine. So we're looking at potentially $3,072.31 for the biweekly paycheck. That's why it says it's an individual bonus with a potential up to $14,500. It is up to the BCBA how much billable time they are doing per week. The minimum is 25. But who's to say that BCBA knows that they have a vacation coming up, they're going to miss 2 weeks. Instead of missing those 2 weeks, they doubled their billable time the weeks before. That means that you went over your 25-hour minimum, and now you get $18 per hour for all of the billable hours that you did. So that is why they say potentially up to $14,500, because if you went over your minimum, if you go over that every month, every paycheck, every billing cycle, you can probably make up to $14,000 in bonuses on top of what your base pay is. To me, I don't want to work harder, so it's okay. I like the time off more, hence why I'm in the school setting. Check out that video if you want to hear about my life in the school setting. But for people that want to make the extra money, want to have the extra income, the clinic works better for them because you do have that opportunity for those bonuses. And that's not to say where I don't have weeks in the school setting where we're not working long hours. I just had one of those weeks this week, but I didn't get extra money for that. So, and then what happens when you don't hit your minimum 25 billable hours? Nothing majorly happens. They don't take anything from your paycheck. They just are on you like a crazy person to make up the hours that you missed. So they're going to try their hardest to get you 25 billable hours, whether it be with RBT supervision, family guidance, client assessment, things like that. They're going to try to get you 25 billable hours minimum. And then how you choose to disperse those hours throughout your week is up to you. Again, if we're looking here, my take-home pay here was $2,231. Again, like I said, I still did not have any insurance coming out, so I was not taking out any insurance whatsoever here. Also, no retirement was coming out, so no retirement and no insurance. I was a young BCBA at this time doing this, so I've learned now. But if you're ever presented with a base salary and then individual bonuses where they say potential up to $14,500, this is how you get those numbers, and this is how you will be paid. It is kind of based on what you as the BCBA, not the RBT, what you as the BCBA are doing with your time per week. And as a BCBA, there are some weeks where we spend 10 hours in the week working on a treatment plan. So, but at least, you still you still get your base pay, even if you don't go over your 25-hour minimum, or even if you just hit the 25-hour minimum. This is the new pay that ABA clinics are moving into. And like I said, a lot of people are questioning new BCBAs, old BCBAs. What is the recommended minimum? Where are people usually going? I stay between 25 and 30. If it goes beyond 30, I am not accepting the job, but that is just me. But that is how I have to say about this video. That is how they break down, and how they break down checks, how salary is now being calculated. So like, comment, subscribe, and I will keep doing videos around paychecks, around pay, around all the things BCBA.